Okay, everyone knows that Ronnie and I are big fans of coffee, and I particularly am very, very attached to my iced coffee.
So we're very excited to tell you about an incredible new product, Quest Iced Coffee.
You may know the Quest brand for redefining nutritional snacking, bringing you some of your favorite foods with added health benefits.
Iced coffee is Quest's newest product with mocha latte and vanilla latte flavors.
And Quest Iced Coffee has 10 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar. I'm literally drinking one right now as we record this ad, and I've been drinking them all weekend long. They are delicious. They give me the boost that I'm looking for in flavors that make me so deeply happy.
And it's a total game changer in the morning routine because I don't have to sit around making it. You know, it's just right there and it's protein right into my veins.
Find Quest Iced Coffees on Amazon.com/Quest Nutrition. Audible offers an incredible selection of audiobooks across every genre.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. The time is now, more than ever, to embrace the breathtaking, sinister, and shocking tales that have enthralled you, especially with brand new exclusive thrillers from best-selling authors who are guaranteed to keep you gripped.
Right now, one thing that I'm very interested in taking a listen to is The Daughters of Block Island, which is currently #1 on the mystery thriller and suspense list. So that is definitely going into my queue. New members can try Audible free for 30 days.
Visit audible.com/Crappens or text Crappens to 500-500. That's audible.com/Crappens or text Crappens to 500-500. Planning a party, honoring a recent grad, maybe it's a birthday or an anniversary, whatever you're celebrating, Whole Foods Market has what you need to make the party pop.
I mean, if there's anyone, you used to live across from a Whole Foods, Ronnie, and
God.
I remember you were always talking about you would just grab like this to-go salad, right?
Whole Foods was my kitchen and still is. I'm right by one now. I love Whole Foods. Let me just say their mac and cheese is some of the best in the world. I love their mac and cheese. Any Whole Foods location you go to, that mac and cheese is Stella.
But it's not just even the pre-made stuff. It's also just the quality of their proteins. Like if I have to get a nice piece of steak or a nice piece of fish, the first place I'm going to go to is Whole Foods.
Do you need a cooking break? Try delectable Whole Foods Market Catering. Their extensive menu has festive options for any occasion. Order at shop.wfm.com. Start every celebration at Whole Foods Market.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is part 2 of a 2-part recap. If you're wondering where part 1 was, well, go check in the feed and be sure to subscribe.
So then the captain is carrying a box and she goes, elbow grease. Elbow grease in Athens, Greece. God, that was hilarious. Oh, my God.
Grease in Greece. It doesn't get better than that, am I right? So now it's nighttime, and the provisions still have not arrived. Nothing is there. There's no wines, there's no Prosecco, there's no champagne.
Yeah, and Aesha's like, well, we can do baseline, and then we get a guest preference, but I've only got a quarter of the baseline. Then where the fuck is my rosé? Yacht service. Yeah. Wait a minute, I recognize this voice. No, you don't. You have no idea who I am. You GD liar. What do you need? Greek. Spanish, but I'll tell you that much.
Well, I didn't get my baseline alcohol. Oh, you have reached provisions. To leave a message, wait for the beep. You can't just go into answer machine mode when we're in the middle of a conversation, Norma.
So then we go to crew meeting protocol and a meeting, and the captain's like, oh gosh, sorry the provisions were delayed. But guess what? Pressure makes us better. Makes us better at our jobs, doesn't it? God, pressure, the missing ingredient. You know what makes cookies better? Pressure.
Yeah. You know what makes Billy Joel songs better? Pressure. One of my favorite Billy Joel songs. Hey, you know what? The other thing that pressure does, it also makes us hungrier because we don't have the food. But anyway, great time today. Did anyone hear that there's a leak? There's a leak in the bedroom. So if you have some time, go check it out. It's pretty cool.
So we're a team, and the team is focused on the same goal. And that goal is, and Nathan goes, money. She says, no, That was disrespectful. You're going to die in your sleep. I'm just warning you now. Just kidding. Having a good
put you in
time,
the leak
guys.
room.
All right. The goal is to provide a level of service, right? Because there's stuff that's important. We got to respect each other culturally, sexually, professionally. Definitely don't harass other cultures sexually in an unprofessional manner. No sexual harassment, okay? If the word no is used, respect that word, even if it's in a different language, okay?
Or if it comes from a provisioner. And no drinking on charter. I would like to, hey, I'd like to introduce you to our engineers. Here's Ivan and Luca. They just finished intimidating someone in the back alley. And if they've never heard the phrase, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean, apparently, because they're just leaning right there against that window. So please, I don't know, there's dirty surfaces somewhere, guys.
Does Ivan hate Captain Sandy? I mean, he's just like, oh, yeah, I'm Ivan. Bleh. Like leaning, crossing his arms, looking all surly. Like, how dare you? I cannot believe a woman is in charge of me on a boat. Like,
Yeah.
Ivan, you're going to need to get used to it, okay? Because I'll tell you, he's not going to take your shit. Her name is Captain Sandy. Captain Sandy motherfucking yawn, sir.
So now it's bedtime, and Joe and Nathan are in their bunks, and they're like talking about which girls are hot. And Joe's like, I like Amy. And Nathan's like, who's Amy? Is it Amy? He's like, I don't know, I forget. And it just cuts to Ellie. It's like they're talking about Ellie.
Ellie's like, I want to fuck eyebrows. I want to fuck them so bad. So then it's late night sleep time, and Aesha's tossing and turning and can't sleep. And she's like, I don't know, I'm supposed to poop in a place with a door and running water.
It's so weird. I spent my entire life ignoring provisions, and now that I actually want them, I can't get them.
So she doesn't get sleep, and neither does Jono. Dun, dun, dun. So now Joe and Ellie are in the mess, and she's wearing her bunny costume for some reason. And he's like,
Yeah.
nice ears. And she's like, oh, this is nothing. I have full outfit. This is just ears.
And he's like, yeah, I find her very attractive, like confident. That's what I like. But it is weird that she's putting Playboy bunny ears on my head. So then, and the producer's like, oh my God, you're like foaming at the mouth, Joe. He's like, yes, I am. So now Aesha texts the provisioner, and she's like, so when can I expect the rest of my provisions? They're like, oh, sorry. So we ran into some issues, but we should have the order there by 11:45 a.m. in 6 days. Is that okay?
Or PM, who's really to know? Tell the one who claims to be running away from terrorists. Maybe she could deal with Saddam, but she's not going to be able to deal with no Prosecco. Bwaha, bwaha, ha, 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 bwaha, ha. Hold on, dot. Next page, flip it over for her. Bwaha, ha, 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 ha. All right, oddly accented provisioner. So then we see Ian in Sandy's in the bridge, and he's like, oh, Captain, I wanted to show you my rotation schedule. First I'm gonna have this person, and then I'm gonna have that person, and then I'm gonna have this person. And she goes, thank you, that's awesome. Wow. Included in a rotation schedule. I have never felt the love like I feel right now. Hugs, who's gonna hug you? It's me. It's me. Get over here. Get over here, hug me right now.
Can you even believe it? Did you say can you? No, can you? Can you even believe it? Oh, sorry. I got excited there. So Aesha finds a bottle of champagne. We're watching this. It's so stressful because they have these like crates of provisions everywhere. Nothing is put away. Everything's a mess, and yet they don't have what they need. And the entire boat is like a total shit show. So she has one bottle of champagne for this entire charter. It does make me ask, why don't they just like get in a golf cart and find a supermarket and just like buy some stuff? Like why do they have to wait for the provisioner?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just already all been paid for and they don't really have a budget to just do all that stuff without it. I don't know.
Like,
or maybe it's because he's fucking lying to them and saying that he's right down the street and he never comes,
Right. Like it's wild. I'm like, just take a taxi, buy, 10 bottles of something and just have them on hand. Like, why is this, I don't know why the provisioner is so inept, but I also don't know why there's no ability to just fix the situation.
Well, we're about to go over to Europe. Okay, as we mentioned earlier, we're not there yet, but we're going to go. And here's my thing. I believe that these shows are so beautiful to look at because there's not Costco's on every corner. And I think that we're very American in being like, just go to the 7-Eleven or the Costco or whatever. I have a feeling, I mean, it's not, obviously they sell stuff there. I'm not saying they don't. But I don't know that it's just easy to like go into a superstore and get everything you need. I think it's a lot of biking on windy little cobblestone streets is what I see.
As someone who is a world traveler, as in I've watched The Amazing Race, I know you can go up to pretty much any restaurant because there's wine everywhere in Europe and say like,
oh yeah,
here's 100 euros. Can we take 3 bottles of wine off of you?
That's true. But they're not just looking for wine. They're looking for literally everything. They don't have anything. Like, where do you start? You know?
I know, but as long as they do have wine, they'll be okay. But they don't have any wine. This is wild.
You're right.
They have nothing. I'm like, I agree with you. I don't think that there's a supermarket on every corner, but I think that they can get something. I mean, they're in Greece. Greece is famous for wine. I mean, Dionysus, god of wine. Why is there no wine?
Yeah, I don't know. So, then we get Joe and Gail, the Deckies are all talking. And Nathan's like, oh, there's so many accents around here. And Joe's like, you know where my accent is from? Liverpool. So basically, I crossed over the ocean, and now I talk like this because of you, Nathan. And Gail's like, oh, really? I talk like a fuckwit because you talk like a fuckwit. Is that who we're blaming now? Oh.
He's like, well, I would have no recollection of living in Liverpool. But when I was 5, we moved to Spain. And then a crisis hit in 2009 that forced me back to the UK. I hated it. I told my mom I would go back to Spain alone. I'm a person that loves to feed myself. You've got to survive. I know what it's like to actually be hungry. They're like, yeah, bro, could you just like clean that, please? Thanks.
Yeah, because he really has decided this is the moment for his backstory. And he's just going to keep going because they're like, oh, that's nice. He goes, nah, really, I learned how to feed myself. Oh, well, that's good. Because you never know how to live until you've been hungry. Okay, well, that's good. And I was starving as a little boy. A little boy who came over an ocean. Like, okay, buddy. Still, I was holding a squeegee, floating on the squeegee, saying, Mama, I didn't know if I'd survive or not. But I did. And I was so hungry by the time I got out of that water. And that's when I realized I knew something. Because hunger told me. They're like, oh, for fuck's sake, can we just clean the goddamn deck, man?
I know. So now Aesha is talking to Jono, and she's like, do you have any coriander? He's like, well, I did order, I ordered some, but that's like parsley. Like, what you gonna do, girl? And then he just starts like dancing, and then she's dancing, and she's like, oh my God, I can't twerk, but do you know how white, look how white I am, look at me trying to twerk. So now we get some of his backstory, which is like, oh, I'm a dancer. I came out the womb dancing, you know? And then we see all these clips of him like dancing and shaking his butt.
Yeah, and he's like, that's how I stay calm. If that's what I have to do with no provisions, I will dance. We're going to dance fishy for lobster. Starts dancing. And this is when I started getting suspicious because he's so nice and happy-go-lucky, and we know that never works out. I think the only time that has ever worked out is actually Aesha on this show, where it's like someone that sweet and energetic and positive is actually like that, because normally they're monsters.
Or they're like Kiko, who is like so sweet and so lovely, but then has a like horrific flame out over some sort of Vegas themed party where he's just sort of all sorts of weird fried shit.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny? Because I don't even remember him as being so positive. I just remember like total manic depression. But I think that's because I
was like, I'm Kiko. I'm Kiko.
Yeah, but I think I just remember him that way because by the end he was just so sad. You know, the show really broke that man down. It broke him down.
It did break him down. So, okay, everyone, change into your whites. Okay. And so Ian does like 10 push-ups. And then they all line up. And Aisha's just like laughing that this is gonna be everyone's one glass of champagne for the whole trip. So now here come the Gen Zers, the social media influencers from England as they walk up to the boat.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Did you already say that the deck crew guy made them, or the bosun guy made them all do push-ups and squats?
I breezed over it, but yes.
That's enough. I mean, I don't know. I zoned out. Does that ever happen to you? You're just like, what? It wasn't you. It was me. But I was like, what?
That's okay. I saw a lizard doing push-ups.
I was thinking about Kiko. You saw a lizard doing push-ups? Were you in Venice Beach?
No, I was like walking through these gardens, and a lizard came out and like went into the sun and started doing all these push-ups. It was like up and down, up and down, up and down.
That's
And then
funny.
I walked a little bit further and started doing more push-ups and more push-ups. I was like, I cannot believe this lizard is working out more than I am right now. But it
That's
turns
so
out that's a
funny.
way that lizards communicate. They're like, when lizards are ready to mate, like, you know how animals have such strange ways of like turning each other on. He's like, yeah, we do some lizard push-ups right now. Now all the lady lizards are gonna see me. Oh God, there's a human. And it runs away.
Yeah. We're pretty crazy too. We're like, wow, look, this is called an Olive Garden and unlimited breadsticks. Now bend over. Okay, so the guests are walking up in slow-mo, and we just hear one go, oh my God, the content here is gonna be silly.
So hey everyone, welcome. Welcome, professional Gen Zers. This is Aesha. She's your chief stew. Like, oh yes, come. Everyone wanted tours. Great. Oh, so you guys are all from London? They're like, yeah, but we have one person from Canada. Gross. Disgusting. I can't believe we let you into our presence.
Well, I just want to give you full disclosure. Well, we're going to give you full disclosure. We've got one person from Canada. You've already said that. I know, but you're not grossed out enough. Like, seriously. I'd be grossed out.
Is it the French part of Canada or is it somewhere else? Saskatchewan. Oh dear, I am sorry for you.
All right, well, full disclosure. We've had a massive provisioning fuck up. That's the last of the champagne. None arrived. And one goes, stop. Can I just go to the Facebook Marketplace?
Well, I've been on the phone with the provisioners all morning, and they keep on saying things like, tell that bitch Sandy how's it feel now, which is so unprofessional. It doesn't make any sense either.
So the guys are talking about how young everybody is and how do they have this much money, you know? And Nathan's like, I don't know how they're affording it, but whatever they're doing, I'm doing that. I'll sell pictures of me hairy tush, no problem.
Post-pop, of course. So then they're getting the boat tour and everything. And she's like, so I heard that you guys are influencers. And he's like, oh, yes. Are you guys good photographers? And she's like, yes, I'm a wonderful photographer. And then she tells us, no.
We see
Not
shots of
terrible
her on her Instagram with like double chins and like picking her nose. Blurry. So then one of the guys is like, all right, we've got a lot of stuff we want steamed. So how do we do that? All right, well, which would you like steamed? Everything. Every single thing that we've brought on this boat. It's like, oh no.
So excited for you guys to get your, like, they want everything steamed, but they spend the entire episode, like, all the guys with their shirts sort of like open and flowing, like steaming is completely unnecessary for these people. Yeah. So I like that. I'm like really mad at them wanting to have something steamed. So then this guy Jacob is like, Jacob Ward, he's like, do we have any time to go to a shop and get some rosé? Can we do that? And which is, by the way, a fair question. It's what I asked before, but they don't do it.
Yeah, you're right. They should be out there getting some goddamn liquor. This is crazy. So she calls Sandy, and so Sandy's like, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to text somebody. Hey, guys, you got any provisions? Huh? Oh, yeah, wouldn't you like to know? Hey, I would say, do you have any captaining skills? But I know you don't. Bloop.
You know what? I may not have captaining skills, but at least can get some sweet ass skills. Ha ha ha. Bloop.
All right, that didn't even make sense. You're losing your touch, lady. Bloop.
Well, I'm losing my touch because maybe I've been touched by some hot ass. Bloop.
All right, I'll have your rosé there in 5 hours. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. LOL. I meant minutes. LOL. JK. I meant 5 p.m. tomorrow. Oops. Whoops. Didn't mean that. I'm juggling right now. LOL. Your rosé. LOL. Hold on. Let me just write. I don't have time to write that last L. Hold on. Ha ha ha. L. 18 o'clock of December. JK. Bye. Bloop.
Bloop. When you said you're juggling, are you juggling also the memories of all the times you failed at your job? Bloop.
I'm sorry, but you don't even know who I am. I'm just a kind Greek man trying to do his best and support my family of boat rowers, canoers. My father's a leader? Oh, God. I'm losing it. Can't talk anymore. Gotta go glue my mustache back on. Bloop.
Bloop. Whatever. Provisioner bitch. Bloop. Bye. Bloop. Love you. Bloop. Bye. Sorry. Multiple texts all at once.
That was a lot of loving, but guess what? I love you too. Yes.
I love you too,
Captain
bitch.
Bye.
I mean, I don't know who you are, so I don't love you. Haha. Wink. Emoji.
But just so you know, you love someone with a very thick mustache right now that's not glued on. Okay.
Bloop. And I'm Nia Bardolos. Bloop.
I wouldn't admit that after like my big fat Greek wedding 18 flopped. Jeez, how many are they gonna give you?
Yeah. Bloop. At least she knows what it's like to go to a wedding for once in her life. Bloop.
Bloop. You actually do have a lot in common with her because Las is in both of your last names. Bloop.
Bloop. You know, you must have some experience with Greek weddings because you always
Sorry,
look like
busy.
someone just
Bloop.
broke a plate over your bed. Bloop.
I look like some. You know what? I caught that mid bloop. I tried to cut
You
you
look
off, but I
like
heard
someone
that.
who got a plate broke on her head. Bloop.
I'm screenshotting this and I'm sending it to human resources. You stupid bitch.
Except when people break plates in your presence, they just say nope, not opa. Bloop. Get it? Because opa rhymes. Hashtag rhymes. Bloop. Sort of rhymes. Bloop.
Juggling. Bloop.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
The CDC estimates that approximately 96 million American adults, more than 1 in 3, have prediabetes. Of those with prediabetes, more than 80% don't even know they have it.
Why does this matter? If you have prediabetes, sugar begins to build up in the bloodstream rather than fuel the cells. This is when insulin resistance occurs, which is believed to be the #1 cause of prediabetes.
A healthy weight allows insulin to work more efficiently and can help to keep blood sugars within a normal range.
Signos can help you short circuit the cycle by using data directly from your body to design a weight loss plan that's unique to your lifestyle.
With Signos, you can literally see which foods cause your blood sugar to spike above reasonable levels and get real-time alerts to do a bit of exercise to bring them back down.
On average, people make about 227 food choices a day.
Learn the difference between stress eating and physical hunger.
Better manage your energy throughout the day and sleep better at night.
Listen, I've got some health stuff going on here. I've been on my weight loss journey for about a year now, and I need to track this stuff, so it's great to have something so simple to use.
Signos removes the guesswork of weight loss and provides you with the tools and knowledge needed to develop healthier habits. It combines your glucose data from the CGM or a continuous glucose monitor with an AI-driven app to deliver real-time glucose insights for optimal health and weight management.
Right now, Signos has an offer exclusively for our listeners. Go to Signos.com, that's SIGNOS.com, and get up to 20% off select plans by using code CRAPPENS today.
That's Signos.com and use code CRAPPENS to get up to 20% off select plans for you today. Shout out to Claritin for supporting this episode and providing us with samples.
My family is an allergy family, and one thing I can always count on is that somebody has the Claritin.
Luckily, for those of us who live with symptoms of allergies, we can live Claritin Clear with Claritin D.
Designed for serious allergy sufferers, Claritin D has 2 powerful ingredients in just 1 pill that relieve your allergy symptoms and decongest your nose so you can breathe better.
This double action combination of prescription strength allergy medicine and the best decongestant available relieves sneezing, a runny nose, itching, and watery eyes, an itchy nose and throat, and sinus congestion and pressure with ease.
I've got 2 nieces with extreme allergies, and the only thing that helps them is Claritin. We've always got it.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend, let me tell you something. When the allergies start up in Los Angeles, it's like, this is like reach for that Claritin. Ready to live life as if you don't have allergies? It's time to live Claritin Clear.
Fast and powerful relief is just a quick trip away. Find Claritin D at the pharmacy counter.
Ask for Claritin at your local pharmacy counter. You don't even need a prescription.
Go to Claritin.com right now for a discount so you can live Claritin Clear. Use as directed.
At the Coca-Cola Company, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and PepsiCo, some of our bottles can be remade in a whole new way, using 100% recycled plastic. New bottles using no new plastic, except the caps and labels. Learn more at madetoberemade.org.
Okay, so they're like, oh, we're sending it. It's on its way. Right, it's on its way. Okay, then there's going to be more stuff right after that. And she's like, okay, Aesha, don't worry. I've taken care of it. God, wish Norma was working. Kind of miss her. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yes, the provisioners are going to send a small order of alcohol and then a larger provision with all the rest of their food and things that they need. So, of course, these kids are like, okay, so you don't have any alcohol. Great. We'd like alcoholic this, alcoholic that, alcoholic this and that, and more alcohol on top of the alcohol this and that. Thank you.
So now the steaming begins. Poor Bree is down there stuck steaming, and it is a lot. It's like piles of crap. And so Aesha's going through boxes, and guess what? There's no rosé and there's no red wine. So now she's texting again, and they're like, well, we can't source rosé on short notice, but we were able to send some champagne, and more will come later. And the captain's like, that is unacceptable. So then one of the guys is like, is there an Uber Eats in this country? I mean,
Fair
Jesus.
question. Fair question. Honestly, fair question. Honestly, you can't source wine in Greece. Please tell,
Yeah,
as they
also,
say, make it
I
make sense.
I think if it were us on this boat, both of us would be calling Uber Eats and Postmates and getting off the boat and going to get shit.
Yeah.
Because we're just like that. I wouldn't just sit there and be like, oh, okay. No, I mean, I literally see a 7-Eleven right there. Okay. I mean, it's spelled in Greek letters, but still, I think it's a 7-Eleven. There's a guy smoking outside.
How is there just no wine available? I don't understand this. It was wild to me. I don't even know how this company was not fired outright right at this moment, and they just like called up a different provisioners company. Like it was wild.
Yeah.
No wine.
So now the provisioner is saying that they're going to send a water taxi at 7:30. And they're like, what the hell? And Captain Sandy's like, when you have a provision company that's global, you trust them. And they failed us. Down with globalism. Am I right, guys? Down with globalism.
So now everyone's like shirtless and taking photos because they're all hot and British, and so they're taking pictures. And some drinks come. Basically, they can drink. There's cocktails. They're able to have cocktails, but a lot of them want wine. So then, meanwhile, back down in the laundry room. So Bree, she has to do all the steaming, as you mentioned, but she also has to learn how to use a steamer, and she doesn't know how to do it. And so now she's like tangling with the instructions, tangling with the steamer. She's getting confused, and she's like, I mean, I've never done this in my life. I've just used a normal iron, and by using a normal iron, I've just seen them in the store and said, that's for poor people, because we find out that she grew up with a maid also.
Yes.
Just
Which
like
is
Barbie.
a common theme. Yeah. These days. So, and I love all these parents, by the way, that are like, no, you're not getting my money. Go fucking work. You know?
Yeah.
Making them go to get a damn job. So now it's time to depart, pulling lines. Everyone's doing great. Teamwork, dreamwork, etc. TM, don't anybody use that or you're going to get sued. Okay? Oh, you know what I love about Athens? So much history. It's the oldest city in Europe. And now it's a yachting hub. And it's a gateway to all these beautiful islands. Much like marijuana pens were a gateway to heroin use in Hannah Banana's toes.
I love Captain Sandy, Captain-splaining Athens. You know what's great about Athens? There's so much history there. They've got like the Acropolis. They've got ruins. They've got more ruins. It's like, yeah, we're pretty sure we understand what Athens is all about. Like, it's like, thank you for like, pushing aside the veil over this small city that no one's ever heard of before.
I don't know what they do there.
They got ruins. That's all you need to know.
Columns.
They had
Lots
the
of
Olympics. Columns, Olympics. But she's like, one thing about Athens you may not realize is that people are Greek there and they've got ruins. It's an old city. Like, oh, really? No shit, Sherlock. I'm like so angry with the provisioner now that I'm just angry at Sandy.
Yeah, well, here's what I know. I read a lot of like Greek fiction that's like, what do they call those stories? Greek mythology. It's like Greek
Myths.
mythology, but they write fiction about it. You know what I mean? Like Son of Achilles and stuff like that. I read books like that a lot. And Greece, from what we can see of it here, looks exactly like it does in those books, except there's no like yachts, super yachts. But let me tell you what that town does not do. Gentrify. Okay. They're going to keep that same set that they used in Son of Achilles in like 97 million BC. And they're not even going to redo the flooring. You know what? You know where they don't have farmhouse modern? Greece. Okay. They're like, this shit is straight
They have farmhouse
up Medusa.
original. They have
This is
like
straight up Medusa farmhouse.
They're like, if you're getting a farmhouse in Athens, it's like it was the farmhouse. It's like, oh yeah, Oedipus lived here.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
so
moving-
the kids are taking pictures of themselves, going, "Content is king." And then we hear about Bree growing up with a maid. And once she realized how hard their jobs were, when she started doing them, she realized that she never respected the maid like she should have. And it's one, and you know, somewhere some maid is like, "That's right, you little bitch. That's right."
some maid cursed her. She's basically doing like the Ali Sheedy in the what was that movie? Made to Order or something like that. She's basically like some maid was like, you know, like, I am going to curse you, and someday you'll be faced with a steamer and you won't know what to do, and it's going to be televised. That is your fate.
Yeah. Well, she got it. She caught that one. Okay, so then we go to Captain Ian, come to the bridge, come to the bridge right now, Ian, right now. Is everything all right? And she's like, yeah, okay, we're going to put the slide out, right? And he's like, at home we have a saying, nothing is lost until mom can't find it. Is that good? You're laughing? I'm laughing on the inside. I'm smiling trepidatiously now. This is trepidation on my face. Okay.
She goes, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Normally I'm the one that creates the awkwardness in these interactions, but it's pretty cool that you did it this time. I like that initiative. That's really good. So maybe less jokes about your mom can't buy anything, and more. Let me give you a hint. Doot 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 doot. But before electricity. Slide. Electric slide without electric. Put the slide out. Put the slide out.
Well, hold on. Before I go, I want to make things a little less awkward and say, my mother's name is also Sandy. Okay, you can go now. Okay.
Okay.
Please choke yourself on a slide.
You can do it. It's awkward. The awkward slide. Go do it. Go get out of here. Go do the slide.
Okay, so now they bring out the slide and stuff, and then Jono and Aesha are going over the menu, and they're going to do ceviche and steak because they want surf and turf, but there's no lobster. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
So now Ian, I don't know who. Oh yeah, so Ian's talking about the slide, and it's really heavy. They're having trouble getting it out. And he's like, yeah, the slide is heavy, but if anyone complains, I'm going to tell them to go to the shed. Why the shed? Because there's a bag of cement there. Why the cement? To harden the fuck up.
That's just a joke my dad told me the time we were canoeing down a river that turned into White River Rapids. He said, just harden the fuck up. And so I did. Got 3 concussions. But, you know, it was worth it to learn the lessons of my father in a canoe. So now Brie has 3. By the way, we cut back to Brie, and she's been steaming for 3 hours. So, I don't know.
And then 5. Then they cut just straight to 5.
She still doesn't know what she's doing. So you think like, okay, she's taking a while, but at least it's going to get done. So now,
And never asks. Just never says, I don't know how to do this. Could someone show me really quick? I'm a
Never.
girl. It's 5 hours later.
they don't have any food on this boat, but the one thing they do have are irons and people with experiences with irons. And that's the one thing she doesn't ask for.
Oh, yeah.
So, so now there's just more silliness. The guests are jumping off the side of the boat. It seems like they're still having a very good time, you know, despite the fact that provisions haven't really come through.
Yeah. So let's see. So then we get some more strawberry flirting. Okay. So Nathan has to go into the water to get one of the something or other. He's like fixing the slide rope or something. And so Gail throws him a rope and she's like, sorry, I missed you. And he goes, that's 2 strawberries you owe me now. And she's like, oh, we're going to run low on strawberries soon. Hee 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 hee.
And then back in the laundry room, Bree just spills water on her shirt. So, you know, that means she has to re-steam it, which means it's going to be another 2 hours. And now the guests are like, they're drunk, but they're complaining that they don't have enough alcohol. And one of them just falls right down the stairs, which is great. We love seeing that. It's nice, you know, slapstick. So then they're just all making content and lots of influencer things. It's like one guy has his shirt open and he keeps like doing these silly videos and everything. And now it's time, as we're starting to approach dinner, people need clothing to wear for dinner. And so they are going into their rooms after a day of swimming, and none of their clothing that they've asked for to be steamed is there, because all their clothing is in the steam room. Like every single piece of clothing is in there. So they're like, where's our clothing? And Aisha's like, oh, you're still waiting for your clothing. Oh, this is terrible. I forgot that there was someone else on this boat that was supposed to be doing laundry. No.
Yeah, and she's like, what the hell is happening here? She's like, well, I mean, it still has wrinkles. What was she doing? Were you blowing on the garments? There's Aesha laughing at herself, mouth like jaw on the floor, just full out guffawing at herself.
It probably would have been faster if Bree was blowing on the garments at this point. So the guy is really, he is not happy. He's like, it's fine. I'll just wear something else. It's like, I wanted to go out and get a nice drink, but now I've got to wear a different outfit. I have to wear my Tuesday outfit on Monday instead of my Monday outfit on Monday.
It's like, I wanted to take that shirt off tonight.
I know. I wanted to wear this fabric loosely around my waist.
Yeah, I think it's fun on this show to like diss the customers for being such assholes, but it's pretty hard to in this one because wow.
No, this is so incompetent. Like this has nothing to do with the provisions. Like you can't blame provisioners on this. Like it's taken this lady 6 hours to do all these clothing, and I know they all have a lot of clothes, but you can at least have some stuff ready to go up. Jeez.
Yeah. So then Bree starts delivering the clothes, and one of the guys is like, so do you have the shirt that I need, or is that still drying? And she goes, oh, that's in the dryer. He's like, okay. So I need a generic white shirt with white trousers. Do you have that? She's like, and another one's like, and blue shorts, please. And she's like, oh, I'll be right back. She hits her head on a lamp. She's like, oh, sorry.
She is losing it, and I love when Aesha goes up to her and goes, so, are you not good at laundry? What part of, like, that it takes less time to drive from, like, Los Angeles to Portland, Oregon than for this woman to finish laundry says that she's good at it?
And she's just like, oh, it's just that I want everything to be perfect. Girl, just say you don't know how to do it and let them teach you how to do it. Oh my God.
I was getting stressed from her. So then she's like, she keeps on like delivering clothing to the wrong people, and they like, so it's not just that she takes a long time to steam, it's that she also is completely disorganized. She has no plan of attack, and she keeps bringing the wrong thing to the wrong people. It's like a silly farce. Like it's like people going through the wrong doors, but it's like instead of people going through doors, it's just clothing. It's like the shirt's in this room, but the person's over here, and now the person's in this room, but the shirt's in this cabin. Everything is all in the wrong place.
Yeah, she's a mess. So then Gail calls her partner, who's the second engineer, don't forget. And she's like, well, we've only been together for 5 months, but I'm in a relationship, girl, because I don't like to ask someone what their favorite color is. I mean, once you find that out, it's so hard to ask again, So I don't want to have to learn how to go to the toilet again in front of someone new. So I'll just stay with him forever. Oh, he doesn't really flirt strawberry-wise, but I'm sure I can get over that.
Gail is treating her love life the way people treat the Real Housewives. They're like, you know what? I hear Real Housewives of Miami is good, but it's just so much effort to start a new season of something. So I'm just going to stick with New Jersey, and that's it. Like, that's literally like how she's approaching men. I just can't. I can't do it all over again.
So then Aesha calls the provision guy again. It's 29 minutes past arrival time. It's 7:59. And they're like, unfortunately, your provisions were delivered to the wrong water taxi. Whoa, it's the USS Whoops. So we're going to have to figure that one out. That's crazy. I had them reroute it to the USS You Deserved It, bitch. So hopefully it'll be at you soon.
Isn't it funny saying it went to the wrong water taxi? Because that's basically at the end of the day what you guys are, just a giant water taxi that likes to call itself a yacht. Anyway, it'll be there soon. Just something to think about while you wait.
Well, who's been in charge of this? Our company. It's called Real Mustaches, Not Glued On. Oh, well, you can tell your company that they fucking suck. Oh, well, okay. Let's see how quickly we get that bottle of pepperoni flavored rosé over to you.
All right. Well, spanakopita, more like Spana can't cope with it, huh? All right. Good luck. So Aesha, so Bree is still in the laundry. How long is she doing this? The laundry is this provisioner is like so bad that like it's making Bree look like the secondary disaster. Like what's happening with Bree and this laundry is such a major fuck up, and the fact that it's second string to the provisions is extraordinary.
Yes. So now the guys are making content, and one of them's like, "This is how you make a picante on a 180-meter super yacht. Let's go!" And he just shakes the, just
So
shaking the
TikTok-y.
shaker, shirtless. Yeah.
So-
And then the chef gets a text about provisions not coming until 9. She's like, unacceptable. And that you tell me now I have dinner at 9. I don't have time to pack things away. Oh, no, the chef is saying, unacceptable. You tell me now I have dinner at 9. I don't have time to pack things away. Do better. Do better.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll just have to use crab. I was like, yeah, sure. So then he's like, I'm going to teach you a lesson, Mr. Krabby. So now everyone's getting ready for dinner and everything. And Brie is now delivering more wrong clothes to more wrong people. At this point, she's like bringing like a dress from Colt Gaia to like Ivan in the engineer room. Is this yours? He's like, no. What is that, Colt Gaia? I would never.
So then Aesha is like, are you almost done? And she says, I'm almost there. Just trying to attain perfection. And Ellie goes, I don't think she has much experience, to be honest with you. Really, Ellie? Well, that's good observation. 8 hours later, with people sobbing all over the laundry.
What part of Brie, like applying the steamer to the wall, says you don't think she has any good experience? Like Brie has no idea what's happening. So Brie's doing that annoying thing where she's messing up over and over again. And she keeps going into people's rooms going, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just like new. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, lady, just get it done. Stop apologizing. Just get it done at this point.
So Jono is talking about how he's dealing with the stress. He's like, managing pressure is what I learned in architecture school. Really? Didn't you quit architecture like after 1 week?
I know.
Talking about managing pressure. You quit.
And he goes, you know what? They specifically requested surf and turf, and I don't have lobster, and so I have crab. And I can make really good crab cakes, so I hope they like it. Ooh. I'm like, no offense, I don't feel like pivoting from lobster to crab is like a heroic moment of like you like adjusting to massive pressure. It's like, oh, you don't have lobster, but you also have another Lux seafood, so you'll use that instead. Like, okay.
Another Lux shellfish.
Yeah, shellfish. Thank you. Shellfish.
So sunset, dinner time, and Ellie's like, one day we will look back on this day fondly in future. Not now, but in future. We will be wearing Playboy bunny ears saying, I like costume. Thinking back on this day. So then in the galley, Ian comes down and he's like, this is tough, huh? And John is like, yeah. He goes, so have you ever watched Deadliest Catch? He's like, no, what's that? It's a show where they test your manliness. And he's like, okay.
Cool. I mean, like, it's great. Is it like about like canoes going like sloshing around in a pond? No, you shut your mouth when you talk about canoes. I sense some sarcasm there. So now Captain's like, hey, someone hung some great balls because there's disco balls up. And Ellie's like, I am great ball handler. So now it's time. There's the guests are going to go to like, it's going to be like a disco night, disco theme or something like that. And they're sitting down for dinner, and Ellie's like, oh, I need to go. I need to change into costume for dinner service tonight. And they're like, And she's like, oh, I'm fine, go do it, but like, hurry up, please. So she comes back, and she's just wearing basically a sparkly top for like a disco theme that no one else seemed to dress up for.
Yeah, she's like, I love to dress up. This is how I express myself. I travel with Playboy Bunny, Naughty Cheerleader, Latex, BDSM. I'm going through a phase, but 10% of my costumes are PG-13, so don't worry. For me, costumes are foreplay. Ma'am, could you bring me my fucking crab? Like, are you kidding?
No. Please bring me another picante. Please. I don't need to hear.
Girl, I don't need you in latex to serve me a fucking margarita. Get the fuck out of here. Do your job.
Just bring me the tartar. So, so now the food is being cooked. Crab cakes happening, and there are still no drinks for dinner.
A sign that things are going to go bad. A circle mold. We see him using his circle mold. That's not a great sign these days on Below Deck.
Yeah.
No offense, Frenchie, but not good. So now the provisions are on their way. We get a text and there's a food delivery. Surely they're going to have everything they need.
So everything arrives, and everyone's like, and Aisha's like, oh, thank God, I'm gonna get a bottle of red straight to the decanter. So she tells everyone, she's like, everyone, great news. We're safe. The provisions have arrived. So everyone's excited, and and it seems like finally the charter can start turning around.
Yeah. Surely nothing can go wrong now. So downstairs, Ellie and Bree are running around making beds, or Bree is anyway, and she's telling herself, bitch, calm down, calm down. So then the captain's like, oh gosh, there's no red wine? Oh, hell no. Listen, I get it. Sometimes you can't get what you want in different parts of the world, Like sometimes when I'm in America, which is my own part of the world, I still can't get no satisfaction. But
It's like Norma, in different parts of the world, she can't even get a phone number. That's actually most parts of the world. Sometimes you just can't get what you want.
But it's abnormal not to receive red wine and rosé. And considering how badly this company messed up, we have to make changes for the other charters. And by changes, I mean, I'm going to say, you better be on your way. And they're going to say, we are. And I'm going to say, okay, hug me when you get here. Hug me before you go.
So now Aisha goes back out to the guests, and Amelia's like, so let me guess, there's no rosé, no red wine. And she's like, no, I'm sorry, this is really just embarrassing, but we only have champagne and no wine. And I was like, oh.
So Amelia starts this habit of just stating the obvious for the rest of the episode, and it makes me laugh so much. She says, so there's no rosé or red wine? No. So no rosé? No. No red? No. It's really embarrassing. I'm so mad about it. So there's no red wine. So then we see the steak being plated, and it cuts back to Amelia, and she goes, to be on a yacht with no wine is extreme. It's like, yes, Amelia, we know. And now every time they cut back to Amelia, she's going to be going, well, this steak is good, but I'll tell you what we're missing. Wine. There's no wine. It's a boat. A boat without wine.
Imagine we're in a yacht off the coast of Greece, and there's no wine, absolutely no wine. Just want to emphasize that one more time. No wine here. So then the food comes out and everything, and they all like the food. They all think it's really super tasty and everything. And Aisha's like, I'm so impressed. He's so calm, and I'm crying in the dining room. He's like, namaste. So everything seems like like they're still, despite everything is still going okay.
Yeah, because the guests are like, so what do you think of it? Like Instagram compression, bro?
Yeah. So then,
what's your favorite format? Are you like portrait, or are you like horizontal? Sorry, I call it horiz.
Horiz. That's a new slang. We made that.
I'm in the game, so it's like horiz. Yeah.
So downstairs, Bree is very happy because she's finally done with steaming hell, basically because Aesha had to come in and iron everything for her. And so now she's helping to clean things. And so she's like, oh, hey, Ellie, can you see, I finished this bathroom? Can you see if it's all good? And Ellie's like, yes, oh, so good job. But, when I came to check, floor was still wet, toilet paper was empty, shower door was still wet. There was actually a little bat in the corner that you didn't scare out of the bathroom and let loose. There seems to be a goblin in the shower stall and a bucket of blood near toilet. So I think you may have missed a few things.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So they sent her to bed, and Aesha is sending text saying this is unacceptable, and to the provisioner. And then the guys, they're not making it any easier. Not that it's really their job to make it much easier for this hellish boat, but they're like, all right, you couldn't get what we wanted? We'll have 20 mojitos. Like, oh.
I know. So they're ordering mojito after mojito after mojito. But guess what? And there's, again, I don't know if another thing comes in or whatever, but there's no wine, no reposado. And then Aisha's like, my first chief student, I had to be everywhere all at once. But at some point, you just have to trust your girls, not to try and trust Ellie. Because basically, Bree is so incompetent that Aisha is does not feel comfortable Bree on service in the morning. So Aesha has to wake up early now also to make sure she's there with Bree for breakfast. So now it's gonna be Ellie all on her own dealing with all these people, and they all want a million mojitos.
And then we cut to these stupid guests outside shooting off confetti bombs. I mean, okay, guys, I'm trying to be on your side here. But you're monstrous fucking assholes. Who does this? Orders 20 mojitos and then starts shooting off confetti cannons? No. Get off, die. All of you.
Yeah, exactly. And then Nathan gives his backstory, which is that he has a little sister, and when he was 15, he wanted to go into yachting to check out the stews. His backstory was a little too normal. Like, there was no child in Alaska, there was no child in Fort Lauderdale, there was no drug addiction. It was just like, I have a sister, and then at 15 I got horny and decided I wanted to be a yachty so I could look at hot women on the boats.
Yeah, I agree with you. I need more trauma. Like, I'm not really sure what's up with this happy-go-lucky person with no pain. I assume he's like holding it down, like squashing it down. But yeah, you can't do that on this show.
Right.
Is my forehead getting longer, by the way? My head's getting longer, isn't it? Do
That's
I always
not
have
some-
an egg head?
No.
Is it the way my lights are shining on my head? Why does my head look so long?
I don't see it being.
I look like a cone head today.
Well, first of all heads are eggy for the most part.
No,
Like, we
but
all
I
have
don't
egg
think that
heads.
every day. It usually comes to right here. It's like round, but now it's going up here. What's going
He
on?
must have had like late in life head growth.
Overnight head growth?
Overnight head growth.
I feel like it was here.
So, okay, just mask it. Just mask it. Yeah.
It's gonna sound like this.
So the
Surely nothing looks
mojitos.
crazy here. Does this look like a sun hat made out of fingers?
Yeah, it looks like you have a visor. So they're like, could we have 84 more mojitos, please? And also, we'd like some late night food. Could we have some grilled cheese and nachos and mac and cheese on top of the nachos?
All right, you can
nachos
slow
and
down
mac and
over there,
cheese.
people. Yeah, okay. You can have some grilled cheese. Yes, you cannot have
none of you guys
grilled
are gonna
cheese
eat.
and mac and cheese, and none of you are eating grilled cheese and mac and cheese. Come on.
So Ellie's like, okay, so help me. Oh, God, help me, Jesus. So she's like, well, I cannot do all this myself. I can do some things, but not all myself. So I've got to go wake up chef. So she goes into Jono's room and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, but they ordered food and we need help. And he's like, what? It's like, yes, well, they want nachos and grilled cheese and mac and cheese. And he just stared at her like, you have to figure this out. I'm not doing this for you right now. She goes, well, we can do just like grilled cheese. I can do grilled cheese. I can make grilled cheese and that's it.
And he just laughs at her. And she goes, okay, well, I will help you. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. And so she just basically has to go because he's like, fuck no, I'm not getting out of bed, which is hilarious. Because this does answer a question, because remember last time we were like, why don't they just wake up or maybe I don't remember if you agreed, but I was like, if they're having that much of a fit, why don't they just wake up the chef? Everybody else has to go through hell on these boats and do whatever the guests want. Why shouldn't the chef? But now we see they try to wake up the chef, and he's like,
No, I'm not. So meanwhile, while she's dealing with this, they're not getting the mojitos. Now they're getting antsy. They're like, it's been 45 minutes since we got our mojitos. So now they're getting like really
and Moscow
mad.
mules. I mean, these
And
people.
Moscow mules. So they're talking to Gail because Gail's up there walking around. So Gail's like, can we get an ETA? So Ellie's like, no, you know what? The only thing on the menu is grilled cheese. It'll be grilled cheese and nothing else. And they're like, so then she goes upstairs and she tells them that because now she's like mad. She's like yelling at them almost. She's like, all you get is grilled cheese, no mojito, no nachos, nothing else, grilled cheese, and then you go to bed.
She's getting stressed. And by the way, I love Gail because she's like, they go, can we get an ETA on that? And she's like, we'll see. She's not helping. She's just kind of watching them in the hot tub. Like, that ain't my job. Good luck.
They're like, and where are the mojitos that we ordered? And she's like, well, I am the only person, so I am doing my best, which is like really not what you want to hear from your server. But she's like at her wit's end.
And Amelia goes, why can't that girl start cooking? About Gail.
She was so rude. Amelia's so rude, and I loved it.
funny.
That one, that tall leggy blonde A and tall leggy blonde B. One does grilled cheese and one does mojitos. What can we do that?
So Ellie's making drinks. She's like, I can't do it all. So Gail's like, well, I can help. Maybe I can make a grilled cheese. And one of the guys goes, what's in that? Someone goes, cheese and bread. Yeah, what do you think it is? So Ellie's freaking out. She's like, they all want grilled cheese. Of course they do. Of course. She's like, okay, I'll make it. So Gail goes down there. And she's like, if I was butter, where would I live? Probably Florida, just because I hear it's pretty there. I wonder how butter would do there. I wonder if it would melt. It's pretty hot there, I hear.
Oh, so I hear. I've never actually visited there because that means I have to actually learn a whole new place. I don't want to do that. So she's like looking for butter. She can't find it. So now Ellie's really mad. She's like, I'm going to try chef one more time. It's not my responsibility to make food for guests. It's my responsibility to dress in latex and offer them crackers. Okay, so now it looks like I cannot manage guests, so I will have to go and wake up chef.
Yeah. So she goes to the chef's door and she's like, calm down before you go in. Think like a lady in latex, not a lady in uniform. Okay, I can do this. Hello, Jono. He's like, no. She's like, Jono's selfish behavior is making me look bad. What about me, people? This is going to be a problem. I don't want you to do this to yourself because these people will be so upset. You are doing this to you, Jono.
I love the way she's like rebranding this. Like, I see this as being a problem for you.
Yeah,
so just like,
this is going to be a problem. And it's actually smart because she said earlier she wants to be in leadership. And I can tell she's taken some kind of course or something. Because this, I think, is a thing that you would say in leadership. Like, now you can make these choices, but is this the choice you want to make? Because it's going to make you look not so good tomorrow.
well, because then he's like, but you said you could do a grilled cheese. She's like, I want to give you a chance to reconsider because I don't want this experience for you to be negative because of this. I'm inviting you to reconsider waking up out of your nap and making grilled cheese and nachos because otherwise we're gonna get a bad tip. So wake the fuck up.
And then we know that this guy's kind of a monster because he tells us, bitch, are you stupid? This isn't going to be good for you. I was like, oh no, you're coming on here already calling women bitches.
I know.
I don't know that this is going to work out for you, sir.
She's like, just think about it. Think about it because I'm coming back in 5 minutes to wake you up again.
And he goes, no.
So oh, God. I loved her saying, I would like you to reconsider this because this could be a very negative experience for you. It was like somewhere between like corporate talk and the massive threat. It was so hilarious to me.
It was funny, but this guy needs to get his shit together. If the guests are like that, then you get up and cook. Why should they do it? That's not their job to do it. It's not your job to wake up in the middle of the night, but then prepare something for them to throw in the oven or whatever. You can't be like that.
Especially because we just saw on Below Deck when even Frenchie himself woke up late at night to make some shit when he didn't want to. So, like, you know, sometimes you just got to do it.
Nobody wants to. But, I mean, if you don't get your way, calling women bitches and then just, like, refusing to do your job, not the great way to go.
Well, then he was also...
for another treasure of the gay. Thanks.
Wasn't he just like... He's like, I need, like, my sleep. He's like, I need my 8 hours of sleep. He just like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, so don't see him lasting too long. So good luck. Fun episode, though. What a great start to the season. This is going to be a disaster.
Such a disaster. Thanks,
really
everyone,
good.
for listening.
Yeah, nice two-parter to start off the season, everybody.
Wow.
Well, we sure love you. Thanks for being here, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. We want to hang with Liz Lang. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides. We forever love Ava.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. She's a little bit loony.
Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
We love him madly. It's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender, the incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
Ring that bell for Rachel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke. Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony.
Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey Prime members, you can listen to Watch What Crappens ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
I'm Elena, an autopsy technician.
And I'm Ash, a hairstylist.
And we just love swapping stories about all of the morbid things that fascinate us.
And if you do too, join us on our podcast, Morbid. It's a safe space to let your weirdo flag fly.
On Morbid, we cover dark historical events, sinister science, unnerving paranormal events, and sordid high society murders.
We also dive deep into the most notorious crimes in history.
Our podcast is grounded in rigorous and painstaking research. We're also not afraid to read a
Yeah. We keep it weird because a dash of snark is necessary to get through grotesque true tales of demented minds.
So follow Morbid on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Morbid early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
Peyton, it's happening. We're finally being recognized for being very online.
It's about damn time. I mean, it's hard work being this opinionated.
And correct.
You're such a Leo.
All the time.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a home for your worst opinions,
If you're a hater first and a lover of pop culture second,
then join me, Hunter Harris,
and me, Peyton Dix, the host of Wondery's newest podcast, Let Me Say This.
As beacons of truth and connoisseurs of mess, we are scouring the depths of the internet so you don't have to.
We're obviously talking about the biggest gossip and celebrity news.
Like, it's not a question of if Drake got his body done, but when.
You are so messy for that, but we will be giving you the B-sides. Don't you worry. The deep cuts, the niche, the obscure.
Like that one photo of Nicole Kidman after she finalized her divorce from Tom Cruise.
A mother to many. Follow Let Me Say This on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen to episodes everywhere on May 22nd, or you can listen ad-free by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app on Apple Podcasts.